All right, we need to be on page 841. We are doing more with box and whisker plots today, focusing specifically on problem solving. This is chapter 10, lesson 7. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the word problem, figure out what we're being asked to find, and then what the most important information is from the problem that we need to know. So the box plot shows the range of prices of 50 board games available at a local toy store. About how many of the available board games cost less than $10? Okay, so the word about is going to be very important because that means it's not going to be an exact answer. We're going to do a little bit of estimation. And then available is an important word. And less than $10 is also important. Okay, so if I come back up here into the problem, I'm going to underline, or I could use boxes as well, but I'm going to underline what I need to know up here. So it does say that there are 50 available board games. So as far as the word available goes, the total number we're talking about is 50, and we want to know about how many of those are less than $10. Okay, so let's go ahead and look over here at the box plot. All right, so what we know so far about box plots is the box refers to this rectangle in the middle. We know that the line in the middle of the rectangle, it represents what value? Go ahead and answer that for me, please. Very good. It represents the median. So the median is the halfway point. So I'm just going to draw a line here, and I'm going to write the word median. So that cuts everything in half. And if the whole thing is 50, well, then what is half of 50? Answer that for me, please. You're exactly right, 25. So there are 25 board games on this side of the box plot, and there are 25 on this side of the box plot. Okay, now, there are a couple other indications here. The very cheapest board game is actually going to be $8 because you can see this is the value, the lesser extreme, and that's 8. So this is where it begins. Now go ahead and answer this for me. What is the greater extreme? What is the upper extreme? What is the most expensive board game? How much is that? Go ahead and answer that for me, please. Very good. If you said 18, you're correct. So this is the upper extreme on this side over here. Okay, that wasn't a great line, but that was a line. Okay, so the lesser extreme, the upper extreme, lower extreme, upper extreme, blah, blah, blah. Now, this box starts at quartile 1. So what number represents quartile 1? Go ahead and answer that for me, please. Very good. The answer is 10. And the end of the box represents quartile 3. So what is the value of quartile 3? Very good. That is halfway between 16 and 18. So quartile 1 is equal to 10. And quartile 3 is equal to 17. Okay. So now here's what's interesting. So box and whisker plots cut the data into 4 pieces. Okay. And if we have 50 total games cut into 4 pieces, we want to know about how many are available that cost less than $10. So this is what we want to know. That's one out of these 4 pieces here. Okay. So we want to divide 50 into those 4 pieces. Go ahead and solve that for me, please. Okay, if you said 12 and 5/10, you're actually correct. 4 goes into 5 once, and we bring the 1 down, bring the 0 down. 2 times 4 is 8, then we have 2, and then we do need to draw the decimal point for the indicating where the 50 stops. And then we have the tens place, so we bring down a 0. And 5 times 4 is 20, so it's actually 12 and 5/10. So if 12 and 5/10 games are in the first quartile, 12 and 5/10 are in the second quartile, 12 and 5/10 plus 12 and 5/10 is 25. And didn't we discuss how half of 50 is 25? So this does make sense. So 12 and 5/10, 12 and 5/10, 25. 12 and 5/10, 12 and 5/10, 50. So this is the correct answer, but which one of these letters actually matches that? Go ahead and answer that for me, please. All right, now we have to go back and remember the word about here. We're looking for an approximation, and so the closest answer is going to be 13 games. So that is the correct answer. About 13 games are less than $10 at that toy store. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of review what we just talked about. So we did this together, but I went ahead and turned on the little answer key here. So we read the problem, we circled important information, we underlined what we're being asked to find, or something like that. And then we needed to understand the box plots are cut into 4 sections. Cut the data into 4 sections. That was an important thing to remember about box plots. You might want to consider that when you answer the question, what's the most important thing about this lesson? And then we determined the section of the box plot was representing less than $10. We determined the approximate number of board games that cost less than $10. The section of the box plot representing less than $10 is the left whisker. This is the left whisker, and then we have the box, then we have the right whisker. So 1/4 of the data was the left whisker. We divided 50 by 4 and got approximately 13. The correct answer was C. So how do we know the solution is reasonable? The box plot's cut into 4 sections, and then 50 divided by 4 is 12 and 5/10, and so that's approximately 13. All right, so think about what's the most important thing to remember about this lesson. Go ahead and think about that carefully. Don't say, I don't know. Don't say what you said. Don't say blah, 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 whatever. You know what's an appropriate answer. Try to use a complete sentence as well. Answer that for me now. Thank you for answering thoughtfully. Please come to class so we can do more examples together and you can ask questions. Please come to Math Help if you need more math help understanding how to draw these box and whisker plots. Thank you.